We have the latest in the Uvalde mass shooting. Questions continue to rise over the amount of time it took officers to enter Robb Elementary School. Tuesday, an 18-year-old gunman entered the school, shooting and killing 19 children and 2 teachers. ABC's Christine Sloan has the latest.
A shocking admission from Texas's top sworn law enforcement officer. Officials say in the midst of the mass shooting at Robb Elementary in Uvalde, Texas on Tuesday, the commander on scene incorrectly made the call that the gunman had gone from being an active shooter to a barricaded subject and that children were no longer at risk.
There were children in that classroom that were at risk, and it was, in fact, still an active shooter situation and not a barricaded subject.
They say the commander held dozens of officers back. Officials say a series of errors began when a teacher left a school door propped open when she went to get a phone. Police say 6 minutes later, the gunman walked through that open door. The gunman then heads to 2 connected classrooms, firing over 100 rounds. By 12:03, there were 19 officers in that hallway.
You could hear over the 911 call, 3 shots were fired.
At 12:15, a Border Patrol tactical team arrives with shields, but the police chief tells them to hold off on confronting the gunman.
They had their vests on, they had their weapons on them. I mean, showing off these guns that they had, you know, but they stayed there. They stayed on their chest, they stayed on their arms, and they did not go in.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott vowing to get to the bottom of the police response.
I was misled. I am livid about what happened.
Meantime, the families of those killed are now having to plan funerals. Abbott says an anonymous donor paid $175,000.
We will ensure that those resources get into the right hands to make sure that no family who is suffering from incalculable heartbreak at this time will have to worry about a single cost.
Christine Sloan, ABC News, New York.
The NRA is holding its annual convention in Houston this weekend, and protesters are showing up in full force. They're calling for the complete cancellation of the event after the mass shooting in Uvalde. The mayor of Houston says his hands are tied legally. The city can't shut it down. Instead, Houston is showing support by lighting up City Hall pink and blue in honor of the 21 victims.